David, why does the government feel that it's necessary to encourage young Japanese people to drink?
Yeah, here in Japan as well, Japan has quite a strong drinking culture here. I think one thing that might separate Japan from a lot of other countries is that over drinking isn't really considered disease or alcoholism, and these sort of things aren't really seen as problems as much, even though they might very well be. Uh, Definitely some eyebrows raised with this new initiative. The Ministry of Health here, has described alcohol abuse as a major social problem here. It's also not the first time the Japanese government contributed to a program like this. Actually, tobacco industry here in Japan. There's a law here in Japan which states that the Japanese government has to support 1/3 of Japan tobacco. So that has more than a little bit to do with the high smoking rates here as well. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons why this, at the surface, it's just this, kind of fun promotion event supported by the government to raise consumption to counter, lost revenue. Drinking has been a huge pillar of, income here in Japan for taxes and also, just in Japanese culture. Having, worked for a number of Japanese media companies myself, I can attest that it's very important to go out drinking with your bosses and coworkers here if you want to make it. But the drinking has been on the decline. If you look at the numbers, in 1980, the overall tax revenue for alcohol in Japan was 5%. In 2011, that was only 3%. And just last year, it's dropped all the way to 1.7%. There's a lot of cultural reasons for this, I'm sure, but another thing to look at is just the inevitability of this with Japan's declining population and aging population. Japan has the most rapidly declining population numbers in the world. The World Bank has, released numbers that 29% of Japan is over to the age of 65. So, this huge demographic shift is definitely plays a huge role in this as well.
And is there no pushback at all? I mean, from the general population in terms of, I mean, you'd imagine that it would be at odds with the health risks of alcohol consumption.
Yeah, I think just traditionally, just the role that alcohol drinking has played in culture here, and just the importance in being like the social lubricant that makes the working world flow here, and also just not really seeing alcoholism is a problem as much that needs to be addressed. I think that this is, these cultural factors are very much there. But, this, again, on the surface level, this is, just this interesting marketing campaign where, young people can kind of think of new strategies to increase drinking. But the deeper social issues behind this, I mean, the alarm sounds are really ringing here for, this is on the surface, just the alcohol taxes we're talking about. But Japan, this demographic shift due to aging population and declining population, it's really enormous. The Japan that you're going to see in 20, 30 years from now is going to be radically different than what you're seeing in the Japan today. And this marketing campaign, it's tied to these deeper issues and how Japan's going to address these issues. A lot of economists and people like projecting, looking at the future, are saying that either Japan needs to rapidly increase the birth rates, or there's going to need to be this influx of immigrants to make up for that. And if neither of those things take place, Japan's going to see a huge downsizing from the Japan that we know today.
Well, David Capara, it's been fascinating hearing you talk to us about that story. Perhaps you'll come back and do an on the ground from Japan for us in future. Thank you very much for joining me today.